about 7 seconds, that'll do.
But now science has opened the door to the unknown.
Welcome, one and all, my beautiful, beautiful children. Those of you a little bit older than children's age. Today we are making a cable for one and all to enjoy, and with any luck at all, my camera won't spaz the fuck out. Ah, but God, look at that. Not everything's all super bloomy. It's a bit... Ah, well, You win some, you lose some. This is like some really nice. I've never heard electronica have this much saxophone in it, to be absolutely honest. Holy crap. The delay should be significantly less, about 10 seconds or less. So if the stream looks a little bit iffy, please. Had a burp and a hiccup all at once. Oh god. Please do tell me. One of the music sounded a bit familiar. It's from Rocket League. Ah, I'll be damned. So, I did take the liberty of preparing a few things. Oh god. In advance. Oh no you don't. Don't you get all bloomy on me. There we go. That's what I was wanting. That should stop those from forming up. Oh, good lord. Okay, so before someone decided to ping me, as I was saying, I took the liberty of preparing a few things in advance. Particularly snipping out approximately 60 inches. That's 5 feet. I don't know how many. Actually, that's. Hold on, this site has the metric system on it. Come hither. I don't know, about 153 centimeters or so of my copper cabling. What I have not done is pre-tinned anything. I'm going to be trying something just a bit new for me. And the moment the music starts overtaking me, please do let me know, because looking at the levels, man, the levels tell me that I'm only slightly above it. But from what I was testing earlier, I know I'm a good bit above it in terms of volume. I suppose we'll fly by the seat of our ass. Right. Well, you all know I have a little bit of a soldering iron here. We have that. We've got our connectors. Yes, the levels lie a lot. Let's get our pipettes. And wet the sponge. Yeah. Get in there, deep black water. Just really excited sounding music. It's not that excited right now. So, the cable we're going to be making is going to be for my current obsession of connectors. That's right, the 4-pin Hirose. And the cool part is if you recall the other stream I had done yesterday, pins 1 and 2 are the ones most frequently used, or rather, the only ones used when there is a left and right terminal. So we're really on the jack side of the interface terminal. We're just going to do pins 1 and 2 on this. For the XLR, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I believe... Nope, where's the page? You think I would be more prepared, but nope, that would require me being prepared. Oh, come on, I literally had it up. Where the fuck is it? God damn it, I'm going to fucking scream. Okay, maybe not actually scream, because that would hurt my throat, and that would hurt y'all's ears. Oh, cool. Found it. Yeah, so on an XLR, pins 1 and 2 are left positive, left negative, and pins 3 and 4 are right positive, right negative. So making your own cables, actually just okay. It's easy, it's alright. It's not honestly all that hard, it's just time consuming. Yes, I did set an audio limiter. I did go in through a lot of other stuff, so if I scream hellaciously, it should gimp it just at the ear bleeding levels. And not much before. Now, when you buy these particular jacks and sockets from Dan Clark, and you can actually order them from Dan Clark Audio, you get them one at a time. So if you're making a paired cable, meaning it has a pair of terminals, or a pair of interface terminals rather, you will need two, one per side. Now it is a 4-pin. Focus, you fuck. Focus, focus. Where is that Canuck camera magic when I need it? There we go. See, 4 pins. So you could technically just go with what the Alpha Dog is using, which is one of them. And that's it. But I kind of like making my life in a way easier and in a way harder. I prefer 2. Don't ask me why, I just, fucking do. Should be pretty simple. But when you order these, there is a few things that it comes with. One of them is these teeny tiny little screws that my camera refuses to fucking focus. These are itty bitty little shits, so don't lose them. Don't lose them. They do recommend on the website to also buy at least one socket for these jacks, so that you can click it into place and then spin it right round and detach the outer housing, the interconnect housing, from the pin housing. Come on. There we go. And it is actually quite that easy. It just unscrews. Now, for the sake of my sanity, we're going to screw that back in just for the moment, until I've gotten the first half of this cable done. We're going to be working from the XLR side back. That way I can actually braid the cable and all the other fun shit, right? Right. So while I do this, many of you are watching. Rather, who is watching? Well, it says 7 viewers. And I only see 3 names. Mine and 2 others. So if you haven't joined up on Discord, join up on Discord. And I might just start accepting a couple of voice chats here in a moment while I do this, because this is going to be a really long process. And you can ask me a question while I do my thing. Sounds like fun, doesn't it? Fuck bullshit this? Asshole. Let's see. Where's the number? Ring on the other side. It sure enough is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, let's pull up the camera controls. As you can see here, they're quite clearly labeled. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we will be going in that order. The moment I figure out how... Shit. How the fuck am I going to hold... See, if you kiss your problems, you keep it simple, stupid. It's actually a lot less complicated than it initially seems, to be honest with you. It really is a lot easier than you might imagine. Alright. Why they wrote these upside down, I'll never know. They put the pots... This... Oh, shit. Out of the camera's view. Why they put the pots on this side and the numbering upside down is beyond me. But that's how they fucking did it. Alright, so we have that sitting over there. Let's pull out some labels. Because nothing will make your life more hell than having to figure out what is fucking what. Fortunately for me, or maybe unfortunately for me, these are teeny tiny stickers. Holy hell, these are teeny tiny stickers. Well, I suppose we just make do. This is why I can't have nice things. Cables want to tangle. Alright. So this is going to be wire for 1. They're actually a lot less tiny than I thought they were. But they're a lot more tough than I thought they were. And we'll just label this one 1. Right about down there. Just enough so I could see it. Now the fun part is going to be remembering that this side, the opposite side, is not only... No, actually. Haha. You see, they gave me additional stickers because they knew I was going to be a jackass and try to overcomplicate it. So I'll just put a 1 and an L on this side. And boom. Now I know precisely where that goes. Let's quickly get through this part. And all I'm going to do is give it about plus or minus an inch or so leeway, because this particular PTFE shielding, it will readily melt with a high enough temperature. And I still kind of want to be able to take these little numbery things off, or at least trim them back enough to where I can fit over my chosen heat shrink methods that y'all are going to see later that are... Well, let's just say I'm a redneck for a reason, yes? Yes. Bollocks. Piss. Shit, get off my glove, you little bastard. Oh, my glove. Thank you. Oh, God. Why is it so blooming? Oh, wait, hold on. I think I can fix that. That is a little bit better. Yes, indeed. Oh. A thought comes to mind. Hold on, I'm actually gonna change my lighting up here in a second. Let's see. Bloop. And if I do that, and actually cut those. Oh, lots of backlighting. Holy shit, that's a lot better. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. You know. I just have to occasionally go in, pop the white balance and the exposure, just to get it to stop freaking out and trying to overcompensate. Seriously, how the fuck has cell phones and all the other and keyboards and all the other fun shit come so far, and microphones come so far, but webcams have been left to rot? I mean, I guess that's why professional audio-video are a thing? Is for literally that market? But man, it'd be nice to have at least a consumer-grade step-up. Yeah, you say it's so red? Here's the white balance turned on. You know, in my testing earlier, it actually looked really, really shit. But I guess now that it has a predominantly black background, it's not overcompensating to piss. Well, okay then. I guess we're leaving the white balance as... I mean, the color's off over here. That's actually supposed to be purple, not a weird bluish color, but... Okay. That'll work. Damn, that seriously looks a lot better than when I was fucking around with it earlier. That kind of pisses me off, because that's wasted effort. Alright, and this is left 2. And being numbered 1 and 2 because they're going on now to 1 and 2. And yes, I realize that is the case. I realize that they're teeny tiny and they lack the compute power, but you can still put in good stuff. There can be effort. Yeah, $800. For $800 fucking dollars, I'll just buy a professional videographer setup. You know, a good bit of this music was actually really awesome. Pull that up a little bit for everyone else to hear. That way they're not just hearing me drone on. Yeah, fair point. I am using the headphones I repaired the other day. Modified? I don't know, it was a bit of a modification and repair simultaneously, really. But I am using the T-Series Fosticks from yesterday, right now. And good lord, I forgot how much... God... hedonistic amounts of bass this track has. I'm not sure what the song was just a moment ago, but the current song is stronger. The prior song was Propane. Oof. Biggest of oof. Yes, Kevin, I realize lighting does make a huge difference. Unfortunately, I'm trying to stay in a singular ecosystem, and man, that is really fucking hard to do so. Like, really, really, really fucking hard. Because all of my bedroom lights are Philips Hue. And unfortunately, they don't put the best and brightest LEDs in there. But they also last, in a perfect world, a really long fucking time. A bit folded. Don't really need a pop filter, I already have one. I have a full boom mic set up currently. And as far as lights go, I want a really good ecosystem. And there are ways to get working what I want. Namely, I'll probably need 2 more booms, and let's see. What would be the other thing? Oh, there we go. Autofocus is back on. I'm a jackass. Oh, God. I think they're light bars or something like that. Yeah, they might, but I want to stay in the same ecosystem. Philips Hue. I use my Stream Deck to control everything. Wait, did I just... Yes, I did. I'm a jackass. No, wait. No, I'm not. I am a smart boy. I promise. Yeah, 4 is negative. Yeah, precisely. I do apologize if some of you like some of the songs that are currently playing that I'm skipping through, but I gotta kinda tolerate the music as well. Good lord, these are some fucking tenacious stickers. These are either cloth or vinyl. Alright, so... Pulling up Discord. Inside of the Shooteth the Shit channel. Oh, where's the plan? I need to... Alright, no numbers here. in the Discord Shooteth the Shit channel, pick a number between 1 and 20. Closest number to the one that I picked that I just wrote down, I will hop into a quick call with. And we will talk, and you can ask me a couple of questions. You will be on stream, so please keep it family friendly and otherwise be intelligent. If you are afraid of your capacity in the English language, because I do know that I have some people that are not native English speakers, you may type to me instead. Or, if you are unsure, you can also, in fact, just talk and type out whatever we misunderstand. I will be very tenacious, and we will keep going until I understand you, one way or the other. Literally, one person, come on. It's in the description. If you need the invite, which I'm pretty sure the 4 of you that are here don't need the invite. I'm going to give it a short moment longer before I just literally pick the one person that posted something. Well, literally the one person then. Well, I did say if you aren't able to talk, you can just type to me. So, I have found the person, I'm calling them now. Kakuma, you're on the air with the wizard. Say hi, hello, how are you?
Sorry, I need to turn down the stream volume real quick. What's up? Say that again.
Say hi, you're on stream. Also, you might want to turn
I'm
your...
on stream. Yes.
So,
should I turn my mic up a little bit?
maybe a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, Discord volume is too low.
Alright, let me adjust my Discord volume. My input volume is already at 100. And let's see. Yeah, is this better?
Yeah, just put the mic physically closer. And if I need to squash you, I will.
It is literally right next to my face right now, so I
Okay,
don't think I can.
Just keep it in close proximity and keep your voice up. Don't whisper.
There we go.
So, questions, comments, concerns. What do you have for me, my wonderful, wonderful friend?
I have nothing. I just heard put a number in the fucking Discord.
Well, this is the part where you get to ask me a question.
A question.
Yep, and this will go on for a little bit until I've decided we've chatted enough, because this is going to keep the really boring interim parts a lot less boring.
Let's see. Which solder are you using now, by the way?
Same solder as before. The Mutter.
The silver one?
Yes. Mostly because there's really no way I could have gotten any new solder overnight. There are no good electronic stores near me. Shit, this fuck. Everything's fine.
Damn. Alright. I'm actually really bad at asking questions. So
I could tell. Alright,
I don't usually ask questions, but...
Not a problem. So I'll start seeding a few questions. Do you have any questions about my review process? Anything that I do in particular that you are dreadfully curious about?
Yes, what do you actually use as a baseline for all of your, just baseline for what you think it's...
Like device, music...
Yeah.
List, like, baseline everything?
Well, here's the thing: you started by using one audio equipment, and that usually becomes your baseline comparison for everything else that comes after
Right.
it, unless you have some other method, or you have like a audio analyzer or something, which pretty sure you don't.
Well, see, that's a fairly open-ended question,
Yeah,
unfortunately. So it
I
could be
know.
taken as headphones, source, streaming application. Get a
Yeah,
little bit more fine-grained. We'll be in here for a while, and there are only so many viewers, so
I
don't
know.
worry. You'll get a chance to ask a bunch of questions.
Because it's more like what I compare. Because I usually just, because what I use, what I hear sounds neutral is probably the ER4SR and the HD600, and everything that I hear afterward is just those two headphone IEM becomes the baseline for all my comparisons. So I wonder, like, what's your process on
Okay, so
getting like comparisons,
So,
doing comparisons?
seeing as you specifically mentioned a specific set of headphones,
Hmm.
IEMs in this case, we'll go there. I don't have a baseline for a singular thing. I try to keep it as open as humanly possible, because I've yet to find something that tickles my fancy in every single regard. But if I had to say unabashed bass, just pure pump and dump, currently, it's somewhere around the realms of the Blonde BL03 and the Singers. They just have an obnoxious amount of bass. They thump really fucking hard.
Hmm.
Now, when it comes to quality, one of the most high quality basses I've heard is the still as of yet unedited Tipsy Dunma Pro, but I had mentioned it in the Furai review, is that
Hmm.
there's a lot of detail in the bass range for some music that I have heard or that I listen to, like Snova, one of my favorite tracks for basically more or less testing the bass. And I was able to hear bits and pieces I didn't know were bits and pieces before, like little warblings that I thought would just be lost in the ether of the total sound. And no, sure enough, it is still very much an audible thing. And that impressed me. And it was the first device that I could hear that on. And to compare that for, what is it, a $190 IEM with something that is $500. And to hear something that just has an insane amount of bass and an insane quality of bass was very new to me, and my initial thoughts of lots of more bass was a bit
Skewed.
it was a bit misleading. Admittedly, the more time that I spent with it, it wasn't that it was more. Yes, it was physically more in different regions, but it was more in the sense of more detail, is what I was trying to vocalize or verbalize.
Hmm.
And that was something interesting. For mids, currently, I really don't have a lot of devices that are mids heavy except for my Ether CX. Honestly, the LCD2Cs, but those are quite a bit dark and they're a bit overwhelming in the mids. The M1060Cs are naturally mid heavy, if I am not mistaken.
Hmm.
So they work out pretty well with that, and honestly, if someone wanted me to mod their 1060s, how I would sell that is my stage reference. That is the widest sounding stage I have had. And the ADV Furais were very wide, mind you. In fact,
Hmm.
they were wide enough that I had a bit of a claustrophobia moment. And the Dunma Pros were the only thing that could help me sort of be my detoxing, what's the word? Anti-addiction drug. There's a word for it. Anti-relapse drug, I guess.
Anti-relapse. Yes.
Oh, there's an actual withdrawal symptom, anti-withdrawal symptom drug. And the 1060Cs, they are wider. I mean, the way that it displays the stage is insane. Its imaging is I don't know that it's 100% precise, but it's really pinpoint enough to where if I'm playing Modern Warfare, I'm snapping to people that are meters away from me. So, real life 30 meters, 20 meters. In video game, we're talking like 5 meters, but they'll call it 10. There's a weird disconnect there. But a good distance away, well within shotgun range, and I'm snapping to them. I may not win every engagement, but, I'm peppering them.
Pinpointing.
Yes. Now, the verticality of it isn't nearly as good. I would say if I still had the food eye, that would be my better vertical stage. Sort of a benchmark. And I think you're noticing a trend here is I don't have any one item as a specific benchmark. Rather, I have what I would do at work, and that is a multi-point calibration, as we refer to. Or a multi-level calibration, is we would reference a sample for measurement based on a calibration that may or may not have different amounts of a given component in it. And the given component in this case, in audio, let's say is stage. So I would want differing degrees of stage width and lack of stage width, or different flavors of stage width, to get a better idea of what the stage is that I'm hearing now. But if I had to go with one, I would probably go with erring on the slightly wider side of things.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, that's exactly what I assumed.
yeah. So with what I have now in terms of gear is the Aethys CX. Now that I have them, with all of that being said, that is still part of my process. But in terms of, from what I understand, tonal accuracy, because I'm horrible at tonal accuracy. In fact, I'm garbage at tonal accuracy. I'm only good on tonal accuracy on some things, because that's the limit of my photographic audio memory, or audiographic memory. Is it only works for so much for so long, and for as many times as I can play it back in my head accurately. Which is like, oh, well, then it's not photographic. Well, it's like with anything. Even if you have a photographic memory, some things do fade with time. Maybe it's the wind temperature. Maybe it was the wind direction. Something fades over time. And for me, it's I have so many different samples, it becomes muddied up not from time, but from memory. So, what I would currently use as my catch-all to elaborate further would have to be my Aethys CX, if I'm not specifically delineating a thing, such as base amount, which the Aethys CX are not capable of. I don't care what anyone else says, they do not do bass junkie bass. They do bass snob bass, but they don't do bass junkie.
I see. Yeah.
So, I know that was really long and roundabout, but it's kind of a really long and roundabout process if you think about it.
Yeah.
So for those of you watching, what I'm doing with the torch here is these are lits, so they are individually isolated. I'm just pulling away what little bit of something is there. And I may not need to. This is a Type 4 lit, so I think the isolator on the inside is actually what's supposed to be separating them, but just in case they are enameled, just safe then. Sorry, I didn't do it yesterday, but I also had the soldering iron really hot, and I'm kind of hoping to keep the amount of PTFE or Teflon shielding that gets melted to a minimum. Oh, that was really long. Shit. Okay, so you asked me about what is my reference. So are there any other questions relating to that kind of a thing that you might be curious about?
Like for...
Think of something that I didn't answer, and if it's something that you're curious about.
If you did a FAQ, I probably haven't seen it, so I'm just asking whatever.
I have not done an FAQ.
So yeah, it's understandable. I don't know. I'm just I pick whatever sounds good to me, and then I just stick with it. So I haven't been able to explore that much. Besides what the recommendation that you gave.
Shit. Yeah, the exploring is kind of fun, but man, I'm not gonna lie, it's also a massive bitch.
It's a financial. It's a
Oh,
financial
it's a-
sinkhole.
Yes! Oh my god, it's a massive financial sinkhole. Just from the fact that I haven't bought much of anything recently, it was astounding to me how much money was left over in my account. Holy shit, even past the whole Trump bucks thing. Jesus Christ, the amount of money I just had sitting there. Oh, hey, I didn't have to buy new IEMs, I didn't have to buy new headphones. It is a huge fucking money sink. Don't get into reviewing, kids. Not unless you're rich as shit. Or if you're just addicted like me. Because I didn't get in this to review. Reviewing was just kind of like, I wonder if I could do better than them in some regard or another. No, it was just to nerd out and share my experiences with other people. Reviews are just a nice, tidy way of packaging it.
Did you ever mod the what's it called? The SMSL SU8 that I gave you?
No, I looked how to do it, and you actually have to solder a wire from point A to jumper B, and I was like, no. There are capacitors in the way, and those are all electrolytic, more than likely. Daddy's not playing that game. Fuck that. No. I actually haven't used it a whole hell of a lot. Real estate on my surge protectors are at a premium, mind you. That, and I also haven't made a proper switchbox. So getting something that can properly switch me from one XLR to another. God, this stupid cheap butane torch fucking work, goddamn you! When in doubt, grab another lighter. To light the other lighter. So, I haven't used it a whole bunch. Real estate's at a premium for me currently, so it's a little difficult to use that when I have the super duper fun Zendak at the time and the SMSL M300. And I don't have it. Yes, the Mark II. And I don't have a really easy way to select the XLR input outside of just unplugging or replugging, and that gets really old really fucking quick.
This is the second time I got fucked over by the SMSL version 2 because I just bought with the version 1 week before version 2 released.
Dude, to be fair, I was just about to drop on the version 1, and they were sold out everywhere, and then I found out, oh, they're making a version 2.
Yikes.
And I did contact them, and the remote will not work. There actually is a full-on software change.
Yikes.
So I would ask them, see if, like, hey, your version 1's a little bit borky. Can I, maybe sort of kind of possibly get an upgrade?
I actually contacted Drop and SMSL, and both said no. So basically, I got stuck with the version 1.
Well, fortunately,
that's why I I would say, well, fuck it. And it's like, if you want to mod it, go mod it. But I'm just gonna go upgrade to a M300. But
well,
let's be honest, the M300, the version 1 there's no problem with it. It's just that
no,
has more,
no,
has more
it is
features.
great. Yeah. What I was saying is what I cut you off at. It just has more features. It is almost exactly. If we're talking like squiggles and numbers, okay, yes, the Mark II is literally better. It's not that much more better.
You got a question? Any DAC and M recommendation for Andromeda?
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah.
So the Andromedas have a really low impedance to begin with, and if I recall correctly, they're above average sensitivity, I think.
So you basically just want like a really good DAC.
Yeah, you want any amplifier that has as close to or less than 1.0 output impedance, also referred to as OI. The THX 789 788-887 all have that.
Speaking of 789, did you see the SP200?
I refuse to buy that slanted garbage.
You really don't want that slanted garbage. Alright, fair enough. Fair.
So I would go, if you're sticking with a non-portable solution, I think actually even the THX portable amplifier, or DAMP, as I prefer to call them, a DAC amp combo, that one should have a really low output impedance.
Which damp?
The
The-
THX portable from Monolith. Monoprice.
Yeah, I forgot that's a thing.
I
Haven't
want to
looked
say
into it.
the DX160 is also a really good option. I have not gotten the Bluetooth damp thing to work with a shit, so I wouldn't get it for Bluetoothing. It has a really shitty Bluetooth antenna and chipset in it, to be honest. Even though it's 5.0, it's really not all that good. But as a standalone DAP, it should serve that purpose significantly well. Let's see. For a DAC, I would just figure out what kind of a DAC, what kind of a sound you like. Sabers, to me, happen to sound really warm. Some might say they're very analytical. I just find them to be very warm, especially when they have the mid-hump. So you might want to avoid a Saber and go instead for an AKM chipset or a Cirrus Logic, which is what is on the DX160, for example. Let's
Dude,
see.
The Monolith damp looks nice. Not gonna lie.
I know, it looks really good, and it's all... I don't believe it's Bluetoothed. So it'll all be hardline.
It doesn't really. Okay, so
Um,
in terms of Bluetooth damp, I think Drop might be cooking something up after they drop the Panda.
Ooh, good to know.
Because last time I went to the Drop HQ, the most common suggestion is that they take whatever THX AA technology that they put into the Panda and make it a standalone Bluetooth DAC and amp. That's like the
Nice.
most suggested. So if they actually listen like to the community and actually take that suggestion seriously, they might come up with an actual Bluetooth DAC and amp that has THX AAA. So it's something to look forward to.
I feel like a small jackass. I forgot that I've actually squelched desktop audio a bit. So I think you're going to be a bit more quiet on the actual stream, but
Oh, that's
people were responding to what you were saying, so you may just have to ump your voice a bit more, just a little more ump to it.
Yeah, my audio interface hates me. 1 second.
Doggo is dreaming.
Is this better? Oh shit.
God, Jesus fuck!
Oh god. Yeah, this is why.
I may have pooped a little.
Let me
For really...
my audio interface hates me because I actually use the damn. Yeah, fuck.
I'm actually going to pull Teams. I'll pull Spotify's volume down just a bit.
It's I have this thing. It has a. It's a thing that actually pads the lower like. It sort of pads my voice a little bit, so it actually doesn't pick up all my keyboard sound and shit.
Oh,
So
cool.
it doesn't like bother my teammate when I'm gaming, but it's lowering my volume by quite a bit. So I think now it's better, is it?
It should be. I hope.
Oof. Yikes! I'm sorry. Sorry.
No,
Apple
that's my own
users.
fault. I completely forgot to actually set up a Discord audio path. I don't even know if I can do that. I probably could. Of course, my decision to take questions in the middle of this was spur of the moment. Another option would be the Shanling or the FIO current devices. I would go with whichever one is AK chipset, and that should save you a little bit of money and get you a device that should work pretty well.
DK chipset because it's cheaper, or is it because
Because
the ESS hump?
The ESS mid hump.
Yeah.
From what I understand, the Andromedas are hellaciously low impedance, so they don't like anything that fucks with the sound in a weird, warbly sort of way. That's my recommendation. I've never
That's
actually
my-
heard or listened or played with the Andromedas, so I cannot professionally recommend. I can only go off of hearsay that I've heard. So I hope that
the
answers your question in a roundabout way.
That's not a bad recommendation considering that that's part of the reason why I actually gave away my SU8 is that the mid hump. It actually muddled the mid quite a bit, and I just didn't like it. That's why I use the M300 now.
Even the Mark 1 is just as good, almost as good as the Mark 2. And again, squiggles were only slightly off. Yeah, its features and the squiggles are slightly better on the Mark 2, and that could have just been that particular sample measuring slightly better.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
no,
RTX. Yeah, the RTX.
It's great.
Thing. Yeah, I know it's great. I just didn't use it yet because I.
Well, actually, on my stream, here I'll show a picture. I'll show the screen off. I have the desktop audio, the gain itself set to a much lower amount so that I could easily play music at a heightened volume from me to hear, so I can adjust it a lot easier. Because the website I was using yesterday was insane, and I had to gate it all the way down, and then it wasn't picking up. The levels lie. Slobs is not a very, very intelligent program. It's really good for being free, but man, it is not super intelligent. Alright. Any other questions? Comments, concerns? Anything at all?
I'm trying to come up with question while doing homework, so we will see. Fun.
Oh, coffee is so good.
Coffee are you drinking?
I'm so glad you asked.
Yeah, there you go. So that's a question.
It is a half and half mix of Java Bean Joe's Kenya AA and Rutamaya. Both are medium roast. The Rutamaya has a lot more notes of berries, cherry, blackberry, just berries in general. Really, really berry smelling, a bit fruity as well. The Kenya AA is just straight up velvety, silky, earthy coffee smells like you would expect. Oh, smells so good. Tastes so good. And you mix them together and you get a nice little flavor of each. Okay. It's 2. Okie dokie. Oh, I got in my new fancy chair. My Secret Labs Titan. My god, is this thing stiff as a motherfucker.
Shit. That shit's expensive, my guy.
Yes, it is. And you know what? For the amount of money that they're charging, a little bit pissy with them. Just a little bit pissy with them.
I heard the customer support is non-existent, so just hope that thing doesn't break.
Oh, God, I hope it doesn't. Don't worry me, please. I don't need that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't need that.
I just have to.
I don't need that. Oh, actually, I do love tea.
I actually like chai tea. Not gonna lie, I have to drink 1 cup of coffee a day, but if I can drink tea, I'll definitely drink tea.
Oh, dude, coffee, tea, it doesn't matter. If it tastes good, I'll drink it.
Yeah.
Actually, Kuma did send me some of that oolong tea, which I still have a little bit left on, and oh my god, that is happiness.
Going back to China, hopefully soon. And
hopefully not
more.
too soon.
Well,
knowing
not too soon, but soon. You know what I mean.
Knowing the unfortunate causality of some things that if I mention might get me somewhat kind of in trouble, maybe?
Just YouTube, just don't risk it.
Yeah, it may not be 100% kosher just yet. And seeing as your parents were super nice enough as to get the good, don't want bad things to happen to them. Because that is more caring about some random person you'd ask them to do a nice thing for than I have seen many people ever offer.
Yeah, it's a soon kind of thing. It's like whatever, whenever the situation clears up. So don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, good.
It's a soon with a trademark on top of it.
Soon with coming soon. When is winter coming? Winter is coming.
Coming soon, TM. Soon defined.
Right. Alright, let's see. Let's flux up this little hole. Now, the thing I'm going to be testing today is I'm just going to try twisting up the wire, putting it in place, and then soldering it straight into that socket so that there's less. It'll create a more flush fitting connection, if that makes sense. At least that's the try. That's the hope. We're gonna see if it works.
Is Lit's cable chemically reactive?
No, it's
Awesome.
isolated.
Nice. I'm just curious because I never use a Lit's cable.
I do. And it sounds great.
Yeah, the only Lit's cable that I ever used is on my EX800 ST from Sony. That's the only Lit's cable I ever used, and it came stock with the Sony EX800 ST.
Ooh. Nice. Yeah, once you go Lits, I find it really difficult to go back. It just offers generally a blacker background, which is something I very much prefer.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Alright, let's see.
I haven't tried any Lit's cable on my actual cans, so I can say for cans,
Oh,
but I
IEMs,
actually love
anything.
the EX800 ST with the Lit's cable.
Oh god, that is bugging the hell out.
Well, time to invest in a camera and a cam link instead of
Right.
webcam. Yeah, it feels bad, but it's something I need to do too.
I mean, it is what it is, but oh god, this doesn't make me happy. Not in the slightest. Oh god, I think I've actually had the camera on for way too long, and it's actually legitimately
I
overheating.
have a to answer Metis. Have a GTX 1080, so
That'll
RTX
work.
voice will work.
I believe there
I'm
is a
just lazy
way.
to I'm just lazy to set it up, and I'm just so used to my audio interface does everything for me.
What I hear, from what I've experienced and used, it's baller, dude.
It's a RAM hog, I heard, because it eats up
I
a
have
RAM like
32
nothing.
gigs of RAM.
Same here, but hey, I just don't want it to be a RAM hog. Yeah, I know it works. It's just that I'm just too lazy.
Do you use
Just
Chrome?
laziness. It's not like I voice chat every day as well. So
Fair point.
the only time I voice chat is with my in-game teammate, and they said my audio interface is fine. I just don't see the point of setting up RTX voice and eating my memory from it just for it. Like if I actually want to get back into streaming and doing shit, maybe. Oh, nothing. Into it. You missed nothing. We were just shooting the shit.
Shit is being shot.
Just gave a recommendation on DAC and EMS for Andromeda if you want to chime in on that as well.
As soon as I get this first wire attached, I will take another caller.
Just use the Discord server. I mean, anyone can just drop in.
Right, exactly. Anyone could just drop in.
Make it sound like a bad thing.
It can be. Because discourse could easily start. You know what I mean?
Centrance DAC Portable. Now that's actually a good recommendation.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a tiny Class A amp. I used it before. It's pretty good for the price. Not gonna lie. Ex- like
Let's see.
usually you can get the DAC port Slim. I got that was what I used with my HD 598 back when I started to get into audiophiles. The DAC port HD, I think you can get it on drop for $100 now, which is actually pretty nice. Because I had the Slim and it was $100, but now you can get the HD for somewhere around that. I am not sure. Don't quote me on that. Let me check actually.
Quote him on it. Quote him on it.
Oh no. Yeah, just get the DAC port HD. I think it was $100 or $150. I forgot, or $100 something dollar. Basically, what I pay for the Slim version, but now you can get the HD version, which is far better. So I would definitely DAC port HD. Oh, DAC portable. There's another one, DAC portable. Let me see. A rechargeable USB. Oh. Oh. I did not know DAC portable was a thing. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, I used the DAC port HD. I used the DAC port Slim back in 2017 or so. Yeah, definitely. If it's 178 and it sounds just as good as the DAC port HD, I think it's worth it. Yeah, DAC portable. Like if you have like a $300 to spend, I think just get the monolith. But if you don't, and you have somewhere around 150, 178, I think DAC portable is a good recommendation. Oh, it's cleaner than the HD too. Nice. I use the Slim, so I have no point of comparison. But I heard my friend's HD like one time, and it's much clearer. But I mean, the price point is there.
Sorry for the Dingle King,
I
bro.
mean, it's a IEM. I mean, IEM. So portable use is like a huge factor. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I use IEM on my desktop. So I have some set IEM to use with my desktop.
You're not the only one.
I definitely want IEM for portable use as well. So I mean, slightly cleaner than HD. That's nice. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it, so I can't say for it. But I'll take your word for it.
Oh, for God. Okay, that first cable is done. So we're going to go with the same number that I did before. Those of you inside of the Discord server, go to the Shooteth the Shit channel. Number from 1 to 20. Type it in the chat. And I'll end this call with Kuma. Thank you for joining us. And I'll go to the next person.
Yeah, like for the price point of somewhere around $150, I don't see any other DAC and amp option unless you want to use unless you want to use the rap song for the EQ. I don't see like, or what about the BTR5?
BTR 5 might do a good job.
Yeah, BTR5 might do a good job, but I don't know. I have no point of comparison with BTR because I don't own the BTR3. The only thing I own is the rap song ES100. That's it. That's the only portable Bluetooth DAC amp combo unit that just drives my daily IEM. That doesn't actually drive like an Andromeda or something. I have never plugged in anything that fancy into it, so I can't say.
It's not too bad for what it is. And the reason you're typing a number inside of chat is so I can call you, and then we will talk for a bit while I do my thing. Because I've decided the thing that I wanted to try isn't really going to work all that well, so I'm going to pre-tin some of these wires.
BTR 3K. Yeah, I didn't use BTR. I can only look at the spec sheet. So the thing I'm working with has no like objective value. It's only subjective, and the only thing I have as a reference is the spec sheet, and that's it. So it's kind of whatever I say should be taken with a lot of grain of salt. So I mean, you can set like a for Discord. I think you can set like you have to have a registered email, or you have to be in the server for some time before you can actually start posting stuff.
Not
So
mine.
you can try to implement that. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are bots there for Discord that actually automatically kick those people as well.
Things like that do exist, yes.
Yeah, they do exist.
I'm having a hell of a time.
Oh,
Getting this
annoying
wire.
DM. You can. I think for DMs, you can just prevent anyone that you didn't add as a friend from sending you a message. You can just turn that on.
Yep. Okay. I'm having a bitch of time.
You can just go on to your privacy and safety settings, and then just turn off the server privacy default. It says allow direct messages from server member. Just turn that off, and nobody can send you messages besides your friend.
Pretty much. That is how that works. I fucked up a little bit. So we're gonna trim this down. And see if I can actually get this to behave. Oof. Crying babies is no fun.
What's the best stack and amp combo for Android, regardless of price? Oh god. Regardless of price.
You can't really bring price into it because a lot of those dApps out there are either not doing good for what they charge, or to get into that higher echelon. You know, it's, I don't know, right now I'm at a $400 dApp and it does a good job. It does an exceedingly good job.
Are you making a braided
Yes.
cable?
Yes, I am.
Nice. And
Oh, I have not.
Omega Organ ask, have you ever used the FIO M6? The FIO M6. It's it's audio DAP. It's a DAP.
I have not used it.
Yeah,
Man, I shouldn't have torched these leads. I should have just gone straight in for the kill with the solder. Oh my god, that was so much easier!
alright. Unpopular opinion. I don't know if my opinion is I don't see the point in DAP, honestly.
Okay, so say you're at a restaurant, you don't have a cell signal, and your cell phone sucks anyway in terms of producing sound and music.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's a Samsung. It's an iPhone. It's
stock Snapdragon audio.
Yeah. So the point of a DAP is to circumvent those scenarios. That's the point of the DAP. Is basically like your desktop setup, but literally on the go.
You get where I'm coming from, right? Because we both use an LG.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you get where I'm coming from. Where I said, what's the point of DAP? Because we both use an LG phone.
Well, it is a DAP though.
So
And
basically, the LG phone is like a phone with a DAP built in.
yeah,
So
and
it's kind of
Intuit mentions you can just download the tracks on Tidal for offline use. Yeah, but if your phone is shitty in terms of being a musical player, you're still running into the same fucking issue. Duh. Jesus
the
Christ.
thing.
If you have a shitty Samsung or a shitty iPhone, you're not getting the most out of it. Now, there are things like dongles. What is the plus side to a dongle? It gives you a DAB-like experience. However, your interface device has to be able to communicate with it.
This is why I kind of like the idea of portable DAC and amps, so you can just plug it into your phone. But then again, it's gonna take up the only USB-C port on your phone.
Exactly. And it
So,
may not
I can
even
see
be
the
a
point
good...
of DAPs now, but
Yeah,
still,
it may not even be a good dongle.
I still like portable DAC and amps more than a DAP, because the portable DAC and amps you can just plug it into, I don't know, you can plug it into your PC and it will work as a DAC and amp on there as well.
Yes.
Whereas a DAP is just a music
Nope.
player.
Nope,
Oh.
nope.
Really?
Yep. You
Which
are
one?
wrong.
Oh boy, I got proven
My
wrong.
DX160 can go into USB mode, and I can plug it into anything with a USB. And
Well,
guess
see,
what? It works.
There you go. All right.
So really
I don't use DAP, and you know where I'm coming from. So anything I say right here is just personal opinion.
It's a self-contained device. It's literally like a Bluetooth damp. But what it offers for you is an isolated experience. Are you the type of person that wants to literally put your phone away and go out for a jog, go out for this, go out for that, and just go enjoy yourself in your music, not tethered?
This is why I just like my LG
There you
phone,
go.
because it's just an all-in-one package. That's my personal opinion. I just get an LG phone.
Yeah, it's not the best package, but it's a good package.
It's a good compromise.
Exactly.
That's what LG phone is. It's just you're an audiophile, but you just don't want to carry the bulk, and you just want like a solution that just
basically
works. That's LG phone. But anything like if you already have a Samsung and you want like a dedicated solution, or you want to take a DAC and amp, I don't know. Maybe
precisely.
You can look for other solutions, but
yeah, there are Bluetooth options, but that's assuming you want to have your phone attached to you. DAPs are a purpose-built thing for people that want to get away from that, or they want to have a significantly better experience than what like a portable amp or DAC can possibly offer them. That's where that comes in. It is a better experience. Why do we spend so much on our amplifiers, on our DACs for desktop usage? Oh, that should be a no-brainer, right? It's a better experience. Well, why don't we just get a better DAP? Well, it's not a high-performance desktop unit. Do you see what I mean now? It's a purpose-built device for people with that purpose in mind. And that, if you can't justify it, obviously you don't have that purpose in mind. That is not a device for you. I would use it. I would literally just take my Cirrus Logic, my DX160. I would go to a restaurant, and I would, say plug in my Aether CX. Because, fun fact, I can't get into high gain mode on my LG because it's less than 50 ohms.
You can trick it into
nope, that goes into aux mode.
It goes into aux mode. Yeah, it's like
and
50%.
That sounds like shit.
Yeah, unfortunately it does. Unfortunately, it actually does sound like shit. So, I just hope DAC and amps and DAPs is modular. Like you can just swap out the DAC and amp, the op amp, the DAC chips and stuff. But some of the circuitry has to be purpose built for a specific DAC chip. So
not always, but often enough.
Not always, but often it is.
Oh, come on.
I thought about getting an LG phone, but the experience seems subpar. Yeah, it has the LG phone has a lot of compromises. Like if
Yes.
you're into
And most of
the
it's legal. Like, they have to.
yeah, it's one thing that I don't like about LG phone is how locked down their software is in terms of open source development. But that's another story. But in terms of like the out of the box user experience, the camera is pretty shit,
Yeah.
and it's just good for audiophile purpose. Like if you just want a phone and you want a DAP and phone and
Yeah.
DAP combined, that's the LG phone. You don't care about the camera. Yeah, it has like really fast, like it has the top of the line spec.
Actually, the camera's really good. It's what I shoot my videos with. It's kind of fucking
Oh.
impressive.
The LG8, G8.
Oh, no,
The
no, no. The
V50.
V50. Quit rolling around, you little sock puppet. I'm changing tips.
Is it your pupper?
No, I'm changing tips, and I'm having issues with my Muppet of a shield.
Yeah, DAP.
So we're gonna go with your idea, and instead of just one person going into a call, we're just gonna go into general voice chat.
Yeah,
That'll
just
work.
do that.
Boop.
Aye.
And the only reason I'm doing this is because this is a long, slow, and frankly arduous process. It's not a super easy thing.
Definitely.
It is a little painful, admittedly.
Yeah.
For someone who knows what the fuck they're doing, this is like a 4-hour process. For someone like me, this is a very long process.
The only thing that turns me away from DAPs is just the LG phone. That's the only thing. Like
If
the
you have
L-
if you would have experienced a much better DAP, you would know that there was a lot more.
I'm cheap. I bought the LG phone for $300 on Black
Says
Friday
the
on
guy that
Amazon.
spent how much on firearms?
Oh, okay, fine. All right, we're playing that game. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
The thing is that
I'm sorry I can't hear you over hypocrisy.
fuck. All right. You got me.
Checkmate, motherfucker.
The firearms are another addiction entirely. You're
God,
right.
they are.
The thing is that I know some DAPs are gonna sound a lot better than
Think of it as a
experience that
portable.
LG
It's a portable desktop experience.
Yes.
That is what a DAP can be. It is a portable desktop experience. That's it.
Like I came to the compromise with LG is because just for the purpose that it's an all-in-one package. That's it.
Yeah,
The
it's an
DAPs,
easier
and
all-in-one package.
And I just don't find myself justifying myself spending like $150 on a DAP. But
oh man,
I mean,
you'd get a shitty DAP for $150. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. The Shanling M0 is actually a really good DAP for $100.
And whatever your DX160 is probably $150 now.
Nope, that's $400.
Are you serious? Shit.
Dead serious.
Oh man.
Yep. Would I buy it? Again, in a heartbeat.
Like, yeah. It's just I don't find myself justifying spending that much for just purely music player.
And that's where, then that's perfectly fine.
But if you're really into like high quality,
if you're really into the portable
actual
scene,
audiophile, like an actual audiophile, not just me, like
no, not even.
I'm a chi-fi.
No, dude, you're just not into the portable experience. That's what the difference is.
Yeah, it's just that
I can literally take my Ether CX portable and have a self-contained experience anywhere I want.
The point is that I use HD 600. I know you don't see me take my HD 600 out in public.
Then there you go.
That's just not happening. The only thing that I ever use portable with me is just my IEMs. So my OG does the job incredibly well, and I just don't see myself justifying spending money.
By the way, Panda, I find it interesting that you mentioned it's just too small of a screen. That's an entirely subjective thing. Some people just they want a larger screen. That's their shit.
I actually like the M0 because it's small. Because I don't want any more bulk on me.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's so subjective.
But I respect your subjectivity.
Not taking my 600 out in public. Where's my commitment? I don't have a commitment, my guy. I don't want to disturb other people with my weed music.
I mean, I have no mercy for people.
Just watch me bring let me just bring my THS A789 and my M300 and
See, if
probably a car battery and just get my.
if
whole
you had a
childhood
DAP, you
experience.
wouldn't need all that.
I know. Weed music is tight. Not everyone's juice though, so feels bad. I don't know. I might consider getting the monolith after I reading the spec. I actually might consider getting it.
I wouldn't. Not
actually
right
would?
now. I
Not
said
right
that
now.
was a valid option. In
It's a
theory, there is something else that
valid
might be
option.
beating it, but I can't say go out and get it or be prepared for it because it's not released yet. And
I
it's
want
the
to
Qdelix
see-
K5.
I
A
actually want to
5K?
see what drop cooks up if they actually decide to make the THS AAA Bluetooth DAC and amp, which a lot of people suggested. That would be sick. Like it will actually make me buy a different phone and just use that instead.
No,
What's up? What happened?
nope, nothing's fine.
Oof. Ooh. Small, portable, finding music I want takes a while. Lack of title support, power amp.
What?
Does it? Are you talking about
Everything's fine.
Oof, what's happening?
Thing.
Oof. By lack of title support, power amp, you mean the DAPs? Oh, you mean the M0? Oh, yeah.
Fuck shit.
This is why DAP should just go Android. Yeah.
Problem is Android has a lot of overhead, and it's not always the most efficient. Fucking.
Well, yeah, Android has a lot of overhead. I mean, until we get like a proprietary operating system for DApps.
I mean, that already kind of
I mean,
exists.
Android is gonna get the job just done just well. So
It'll do a better job. Just
Yeah.
because it's more open, it's more intelligent.
it's
It just needs to be
it's just that
optimized.
it's open source. So I mean, if people know what they're doing, they can just
Exactly.
up a DApp. So this is why I actually want my LG to be unlocked, but too bad LG locked down their firmware really tight. XDA do have a loads of ROMs, but here's the thing: LG locks their bootloader, and it's still not been like my LG.
They make life difficult.
Yeah, they make life really difficult. They lock down the bootloader super tight. I know they have a lots of ROMs, but that's when you get like a phone that actually can use the exploit to unlock the bootloader. Like if you get the Amazon exclusive LG G8 or LG V35 like I did, like they come with updated firmware and stuff. So that's out of the question for me. Like I am pretty sure the the LG V35 is still not being cracked, and a lot of people just say fuck it, then move to other phones.
Probably.
Yeah, because they're not gonna deal with a company that just doesn't support open source developers. So
Well, I mean, you know, they're Korean.
yeah. I mean Samsung actually opened.
Oh no, wait. Samsung's Korean. That's right.
I actually do have an Axon 7. Yeah, that's another phone that that's the first audiophile phone I owned before I switched to the LG.
I almost got that phone. Couldn't find it anywhere.
I can send mine to you if you want to do like a review on it, but I don't think it's gonna do much.
Dude, I
that
have
phone
like
was
4 videos in backlog that I haven't completed.
oof. Motorola's are nice, but the Motorola I just generally like it for their budget options. But because their flagship costs almost the same as a Samsung, and it's just the features and the specs are just not up there. I'm talking about the new Motorola Edge Plus. Like for $1,000, I expect a lot more from my phone than my LG G8.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
But hey, their Moto G series are nice. Yeah, the Moto G series and those budget ones are really nice. I like it because they have every feature that you need. It's just a basic phone. It does everything. It does everything good. Like it doesn't do everything perfectly, but it does everything good and well. And that's all I need. And it's cheap.
Oh, God. Okay, I realize now I don't like rhodium plated tips. They are a massive bitch to solder to.
Did you clean up your soldering tip yet with the ammonium sulfide?
Dude, I don't have any. You literally showed me the links like 2 days ago.
Oh.
How am I going to get literally any of that? Answer, can't. So, no, I have not. Not trying to be mean, you literally can't get any of that right now. Oh, God. This is an entire undertaking in and of itself. This is a damn nightmare. Ow, that was hot. That was so very fucking hot. Come on, behave. You're not going to behave, are you? No, you're not. Gee, thanks. Fuck.
StarTAC Motorola. That's a while ago, my guy. But then again, I think my mom had a Moto Razr. And I can tell you she was the coolest bitch on the block for having that phone. Just like the video says.
I believe you.
Hell yeah, that's the most fashionable flip phone back in 2006 or something. I don't know, it's been a while ago.
Let's go through the list of tenings these goddamn words.
I think the new Razer. I don't know why they charge $1,200 for like a phone with a spec from like 2 years ago.
I
just
believe the
don't-
phrase that they say is "fuck you."
I think it's just created for the nostalgia. It's not like a practical. It's just for collector's value. It's not for actual practical use.
No, it's on a. It's like the
It's-
iPhone back in the day. It is purely for look at me. Look at how fancy I am. Look at what I own. Look at my money.
I mean,
Look
you
at
don't-
my money. Basically, what it is.
I mean, Motorola sucks at making high-end phone. I mean, it does looks like it from the new Edge Plus that they are making.
Yeah. This went from a full-on DIY video to like, hey, let's
They
just shoot the
basically-
shit.
They basically took the Samsung S6 Edge, removed the bezels, added a front-facing camera, and give it the top-of-the-line spec, and charge $1,000 and without ironing out all the features. That's kind of shitty to me.
Yeah, I'll stick with Sony and LG until one of them fucks up.
Ooh, speaking of Sony, does the Sony actually keep the headphone jack?
I think their latest Xperia does.
Ooh. Does it have a DAC in it?
What am I doing? I'm restripping the wires that I had given the torch treatment to because that the oxidization on it was a little bit too much. So I couldn't tin any of the wires.
Does it still have what DAC and amp does the Xperia use, or does it
No
not
clue.
have? It just says high res audio and LDAC. That's
Yep.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
That's all the plebeians need to know.
Someone's.
I mean, they're just going to buy Beats by dumb shit and put them on there.
Beats by dad. I mean, I would if my kids buys Beats.
And if I had kids and they
Sarcasm,
decided they
sarcasm,
wanted
sarcasm,
Beats,
sarcasm.
if I had kids and they wanted Beats, I would.
I
I'd probably go put them in the coal bin or something.
It's not. It doesn't even. It doesn't even go into the recycling bin. It goes straight to the garbage.
No, I mean them. They would have time out in the coal bin.
Oh, I thought you meant the headphone. Yeah.
There would also be like no Apple products in my house.
Force them to wear the cost headphones. Yeah. I'll force them to use my HD 600 until.
I wouldn't even do that. I'll fuck them up. Dad, this doesn't have enough bass, so I put on an EQ program and crank the amplifier up. Now they sound like they're scratchy. Why your kids sound like I don't know, a menthol smoking hillbilly is beyond me, but you know, they're your kids, not mine.
In terms of the Xiaomi, the only Xiaomi that I know still have a headphone jack was the Pocophone F1, isn't it? I don't know if their new phones still have a headphone jack. The last phone that I ever checked was the Pocophone F1, and they still have a headphone jack, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't have any fancy DAC or amp built in. It just used whatever Snapdragon built in. Like most people is moving, like they think all of the mainstream people are moving to Bluetooth, so they just removed the headphone jack. So
Yeah, pretty much. Bitch. That might actually sit in the Y split. That'll be okay. Okay, time for pin number 3. In this nightmare of rhodium hell.
I'm not gonna lie, cost for the, I don't know, is it cost or coast? I don't know.
Os, I believe.
Cost, yeah.
Short
Os.
vowel sound.
Yeah, because you also have, yeah, short vowel. All the mid-range Xiaomi have headphone jacks. That's nice to know. I don't know, maybe when my parents go back to China, they'll just let them get like a Xiaomi just to bring it back, just so I can see how good the headphone jack
Experience
and
the
how good
hell.
experience they have. That's on my. I'll put that on my to-do list. If Farso's not gonna get a Xiaomi, I will.
Fuck no. I don't want any of that Chinese spyware.
Yeah, I don't want the Chinese spyware either. But hey, my parents are fucking. They want that shit. So whatever. It's not like they have anything to spy on from my parents.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Be honest, that's very fair.
Yeah, I mean they live in China for 50 years, so how they are.
They're more or less used to it.
They're more or less they're more or less useless to China now. So.
Ew, that was
Yeah.
ugly solder.
This is why, like, if I want to buy Xiaomi, I usually want to buy the international version. Like, even then, I'm pretty sure there's still spyware on it, but
Probably.
like, I think they're just using whatever Snapdragon built-in sound card is, whatever's built into the SoC. I mean, it gets the Snapdragon SoC gets but it's not exactly audiophile. But hey, I still want to buy one just to compare and see how it sounds. Not gonna lie, I actually miss my Axon 7 because it actually can drive. Like, it can drive some headphone pretty loud.
I have no idea how well this is going to work. I'm not
Real
gonna
toes
lie.
is not tight. Well, we'll see, because I don't have a. This is why I fall in love with the LG. I just never use anything else, so I don't know what Snapdragon sounds like now. The only Snapdragon phone I have is Moto G4. Oh no, Moto G3 actually. Then that was what? That was 2014, 2015. That's like 5 years ago. I'm pretty sure they improved by then. Like back in 2015, I'm still using a Panasonic earbud. Pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure Snapdragon.
Okay, I officially see why this guy charges as much as he does for cables. Because soldering onto these idolic things with the rhodium is a bitch.
Are you using the right tips? Or is your tip super fucking huge?
Okay, look, it's not wanting to tin, okay? Like, rhodium does not want to tin with a shit.
Wait, let me see. Can you show me your soldering iron? Real quick?
Look, it's not the tip, it's fucking rhodium. Have you ever tried to solder onto rhodium? I'm using a chisel tip.
Oh. Yeah,
Rhodium does not like being soldered. No, it's not a Stax connector. It's a 4-pin. 4-pin XLR.
Yeah, I can have to use a silver solder. Yep.
I am using a silver solder.
I think the silver content in that is not enough.
Probably not.
Especially it's like the cheap Chinese solder, like lead-free solder. Please, for the love of God, buy a leaded solder.
No.
Chisel tip is fine. It's just that his solder is questionable. Yeah, he's using a lead-free, made in China solder, so I don't have high hopes. But he's trying.
It works for a lot of other shit.
He's trying.
Look, I don't want to have leaded solder because then I have to deal with lead fumes. Thank you. No, thank you. That is not something I feel like dealing with at this current moment in time.
It's just that it doesn't. The rhodium probably doesn't want to bind to the solder.
No, it does not.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, get me a fume extractor, get me some leaded solder, and I'll be more than fucking happy to use it.
I think you might need a better. I think your soldering station is fine, but I recommend the lower analog. But that's up to you. So, I mean, if you're gonna do a lot of soldering, just get the lower analog.
No, I want an actual temperature readout so I know what I'm setting it to. There is a reason why I have one with a temperature readout versus dime. I could have spent less money and gotten that very thing. But I actually want to see what temperature it's supposed to be set to. Yes, you use a desk fan to blow the solder fumes away. So this is my bedroom. I have a dog and a lot of sheets and other fun stuff. So what's going to happen to all those fumes is it's just going to stay there. And I do not want it to just stay there. Let's actually get some heat shrink on this. Some blobs of glue. Then I think we'll do the heat shrink. Yes, I know you need lots of ventilation, but if it's just in my room, ventilation doesn't matter if if the lead particulate is not being captured. It's still just there. It exists. Move it up.
Honestly, I don't think you should worry too much about the solder fumes. It's lead free anyway. And even if it's lead, I'm pretty sure it's negligible. But
Maybe,
that's just
possibly,
me.
but I also
But
work in a
that's
chemical
just
lab,
me.
so
Yeah.
me
I-
lowering my risk factor is a thing I worry about constantly.
I'm not saying, yeah. I know you're right.
So
but
for me and my
it's-
purposes,
it's just for like for peace of mind. Yes, get a few mixture after, but like practically, I don't think it's gonna matter that much.
practically no, probably not. But considering
But
in
it's
my
always
industry,
It's always good. It's always good to be safe.
yeah, in my industry, there's a joke that we have that's half-hearted but quite serious. It's not a matter of if we get cancer, it's when. When do we get the cancer?
When do we get the cancer?
Yeah. It's pretty much a guaranteed thing in my line of work.
Shit. Wrong column.
Oh, good job.
Dude, I'm trying to do homework while talking to you. It's not helping. But hey.
Yeah, you made the wrong decision there, buddy. I take no blame, though.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Good, because I wasn't going to. Yes, I vape, not smoke. One is significantly safer than the other.
Well, it depends on what you put in your vape, but hey.
Actual nicotine. Not the stupid shit that the kids try to get high off of.
That is good. That
Yeah.
is good.
You see, nicotine is good for you. It fills your body with strength. Damn it. Shit. Hello.
Hey all.
What is up, Armchair? You are on stream currently, so do be careful.
Ah, wonderful.
Yes, I am building a cable, and it is a fucking nightmare and a half.
Yeah, you got those helping hands going, or?
Oh god, I hate rhodium.
I've never soldered to rhodium.
It sucks.
Oh yeah,
It fucking sucks. It is pain incarnate. It is hell personified.
The problem is that he's using cheap Chinese solder, and it's lead free. It doesn't flow that well, and it's not gonna bind.
Actually, it flows really well. It just doesn't like rhodium.
Oh please, try the lead one before you speak for the lead free one, please.
I thought, didn't you have some nice silver solder from the...
I thought it was nice. Turns out I'm wrong, apparently.
He thought it was a nice silver solder, but the
I thought it
silver
was
content-
decent.
Okay, yeah, okay,
Acceptable.
let's just say- I just don't see. I just never use any Amazon solder because they were all made in China. So, and they usually is not what they advertised.
Interesting.
Which is not really a big surprise, to be honest.
It's they said it contains like 0.7% silver. It's nowhere near that.
I had a similar issue, not with rhodium, but with like when I started, I have a set of DT770s that are my just like mod pigs. I haven't done any real acoustic modding, but I replaced the attached cable with dual mono 2.5mm jacks so I could run high-fiber cables. And you can't solder to whatever wire they use. It's all individually like ceramic coat sheathed, and so like I don't know, it was a nightmare. I just ripped all of it out.
Yeah, pretty much my issue.
Yeah, let it.
Yeah,
run.
like it was burning before it would flow solder.
Mhm.
So is the stream happening on the channel?
Yes,
should I
on the
pop it in
YouTubes.
video feed?
It is.
Okay. Let's see if I can manage to be on Discord, watch on YouTube, and have a cigarette at the same time.
Nope, probably not.
I'm a skilled man. Don't underestimate me, wizard.
Oh, you're a skilled man, but your internet is shit sometimes.
Oh, only when when I forget to turn off the Wi-Fi when I go outside and start getting like Garbo Wi-Fi packet loss.
Oh, well then, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, inside the house on 5 gigahertz, it's not bad. Not great. It's not bad.
Could be better, could be worse, but could be better.
Could be a lot better.
Heat shrink, heat shrink. You smell
I don't-
funny, but you burn. Heat shrink,
And,
heat shrink.
You're backlogged by 4 video and backlogged by 2 weeks of physics homework.
Oh, well, that's not very intelligent now, is it?
Feels bad.
That's a lot of physics work to catch up on.
Yeah, that's a shit ton.
It's a depression thing, so don't worry, I'll catch up. I talked to the professor before I did it, so.
Oh, I feel you with that, my dude.
No, it's just because I applied to every school and I got rejected from everyone with a 4.0
Oh, so
GPA.
you're just like
Ooh.
I was like,
full
fuck
bummer
it.
mode.
How the hell do you manage that?
No, here's the thing. I probably fucked up on the essay. I mean, I'm pretty sure they did some check on me and they're just like, yeah,
Yep, this guy fucked up.
this guy fucked up. That's whatever. I don't know. California is not exactly friendly to conservatives, so.
No, it's not. That's where you fucked up. You see, they know.
Yeah, it's. Just that if I probably expressed something in my worldview in my essay that they didn't like, that's probably why.
I don't know
Probably.
that there's a huge overlap between like states that are big on physics education and states that are big on conservative ideology.
No, there's not. Wait, say that again. I don't want to make this stream super political. I mean, it's
Oh
a
no,
fucking
I'm
hef-
not gonna.
it's a headphone
venture
making
down.
stream. Yeah, we're not gonna.
Yeah, no, we
route.
don't need to venture down that. I don't
anyone
think the
can.
states. I don't think those states overlap. Like the states where all the good physics schools are tend to be pretty liberal.
Oh, yeah, they tend to be less psychotic.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You get that circle comes around to the same place. You go far enough in either direction. And
Very
politics just
true.
are a porous eating its tail.
What if I were to tell you the left and the right wing were attached to the same burb?
Yeah, it's attached to the same burn, my guy. So.
That
The
shit
only
is
real
everywhere.
solution is buying like 40
Okay.
acres of land in Kansas and building your own compound with a wind
Oh.
turbine and getting everyone to leave you, like, just leave you alone.
Yeah.
Like that idea. Are we gonna go do that?
Me and my 18 robot
Well-
wives.
We'll go like
Wait,
make
wait,
headphones and have like robot
Isn't that what
robot
period-
wife, like I don't know, stuff.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but period.
You are wrong.
table- Okay, good.
I don't know. What were you going to ask? You just said correct you if you're wrong. I don't know. You're wrong.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Speaking of Kansas, isn't that period cable is made in Kansas? Is just they have their own compound? They just make headphone cables.
Does he have robot hooker wives? I want in. Look, don't you judge me, goddammit!
Steve.
Armchair brought it up. He brought robot wives. I just put hooker attached to it.
Yeah, but why would you need to pay the robots? Now we got this
Hey,
dark
hey,
capitalist
if they do it,
pimping
if they
situation.
do it for fun, then they're the dumb hoe. See, Jeff Dunham told me so obviously it's correct.
Robots would be built to purpose, my dude.
Touche, I'll give you that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, if they're charging for it, the designer has gone wildly wrong or wildly right. He's like, send a little bit.
I don't know, dude, have you seen live service video games? I mean, I'm not wrong.
Right, the robot itself is really cheap, but the monthly subscription to keep it operational is not.
Bingo! Can you service a robot? Do you want to clean its
Well, I could probably
internals?
Jailbreak a robot.
I can probably.
I mean, do you want to clean the internals? I mean, come on, this is a robot wife. We know what we're going to do with it.
Now, here's the thing: if the subscription comes with cleaning the internals, I would pay that subscription fee.
What if it's
Ooh.
self-cleaning?
Now
Then-
that is the premium services package. That's
See,
gonna
yeah,
be
you have to buy the
$50 flat.
lifetime subscription, so it's like 3 times the
I mean,
cost of the
I mean,
robot.
I'm pretty sure you can make it self-cleaning. Like you can have a UV light system. You can have.
So I'm just gonna say it. They have self-cleaning bidets, and I know I'm comparing a robot wife, a theoretical robot wife, to like a bidet, a pooper scooper, a pooper washer, so to speak. So not exactly the best example, maybe.
I see where he's going with the UV, though. Not a bad plan.
At least then you know if it's clean or not.
Windex reservoir and a UV light.
Put some Windex on it.
This is taking a horrifying turn.
It really is. Ah, the depths of depravity that I will stoop to know no bounds.
How we deviated from talking about headphone acronyms and we just talk about robot wives.
Cause we're like any other human being, we're horny too.
Oh,
You
God.
can really count all the keep things classy up in the chat.
Hey, I never kept anything classy. You guys knew my standard of humor.
Alright, switching from Wi-Fi so that I do not have terrible packet loss.
Now the most terrifying part. I need to snip the snozzle off
Okay.
without fucking up the cable. Because I do not want to have to resolder any of that shit.
Yeah, it sounds like you probably want to keep that intact.
Huzzah!
Welcome.
Oh, that scared me. There was some copper strands still attached to the snips, and I saw a bunch of copper. Oh man, I almost shit my britches. Also, hello,
What's up?
Intuit.
What up? Into it.
So for those of you that don't know, Intuit and Armchair are fellow reviewers. Ow, that was hot glue right in my palm. And Kakuma is just a friend of the channel, who has given me many a nice thing.
We're all friends of the channel.
Oh yeah, that's true
That's
too.
Yeah.
I think you're the top featured channel on my main page.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I don't know how to do the top featured. Is it like the where you put like recommendations? Hey, look, check these guys out. There are also things like in your
Yeah,
channel.
kind of.
I
Got
believe.
you and Intuit and DBS. in
Yeah,
there.
I've got Dave in there. Heat shrink,
I was
heat
just
shrink,
watching
apply a
his
little
review
torch.
of the KB Ear F1 because I just got my set in today.
They're interesting. They're good for how cheap they are. But you got to keep
Yeah,
in mind
so
they are cheap. They are very cheap.
They're extremely cheap, and the only other single BA that I have is the Campfire Comet, and so I'm really interested to see what you're getting for that extra $170 with the
I know, hell of a
Campfire.
lot. It's campfire.
Like, I've already probably pissed Campfire off with my IO video, and if I get on the horn and tell them that, like, the KB Ear F1 is, like, within $20 striking distance of their, like, of the comment. I'm never gonna do any business with Campfire. But you know, that's what honest reviews are about.
I mean,
Pissing
I would
companies
be
off
pretty
sometimes.
proud of that, though, to be honest. It's like, they did try, and rumor has it, and I don't know if this was confirmed or not, they did try to pass, what was it, Belsing balanced armature drivers as actual legit nulls.
That's an actual
See.
thing. Wait, which company did that?
Campfire.
It was in Andros, apparently. Like, some of the Andros were not nulls, supposedly. I don't know if that's
What
true
the
or not.
fuck? That's
So, this is probably the ugliest heat shrink job I've ever done, but it's the only way I could get this to work.
And
Ugh.
Armchair, there's a
Well, not
solution to
frustrating.
that too, right? They could just make better IEMs, right?
I mean, if they're
That
charging
would be the
Knowles
solution.
prices, I damn well better get a fucking Knowles.
That's why I think a lot of people are attracted to Chi-Fi IEMs, because you get more for your money, right?
belong.
I mean,
to-
absolutely.
Supposedly, right?
No, I mean, I say that, but like my favorite IEM in my collection is probably the periodic beryllium. So like, after all the Chi-Fi, which is excellent, I still find my home to be like a relatively expensive American unit.
You know what? I'm just gonna stick to my ER4SR. That's good enough for me.
I've been thinking about getting an ER4 XR.
It's just a little bit more bass. That's it.
I like that. I listen to a lot of sort of like funky stuff and like vaporwave and just like I need
Dude,
that extra thump.
My T50 mods have an obnoxious amount of bass in all the right ways. Like, it doesn't bloat my heavy metal, but oh my god, a proper bass roll and like some of this electronica that we're listening to, at least on stream, it thumps.
Oh, by the way, you said
Yes.
it could not be done, but
What
I
did you
am
do?
Watching the stream and on Discord.
Hey, I said I
and
would be
smoking a
worried about
cigarette.
it. I
in
would
my
be
car.
worried about it. Don't you start missing my words there, motherfucker. Also, good job. I'm proud of you. Alright, take the leftmost wire, cross it over its two neighbors. Take the rightmost wire, cross it over its one.
You just do us, yeah. You just request the app for Raid Shadow Legends and give.
No, I don't do business with shitty companies.
Look at those champions.
You just take that 5K and buy yourself a Sony IER. Oh,
Take
that's
the
a good. That's a
leftmost.
good meme. You know what? That's
Under
a
its
nice
two
tempting offer,
neighbors.
but it's tempting
Take
offer.
the rightmost. You
I'm
go
just waiting for my email from
the one
NordVPN.
here.
Yeah, NordVPN.
Right.
NordVPN. What else? I think there's some more company that's actually reputable.
I know Glasswire advertises on Linus Tech Tips a
Oh, yeah.
lot.
Glassfire. NordVPN is like, if you, as long as you're starting like a channel with like active content, they'll just give it to you. I don't know.
I should email them.
Yeah.
I've been monetized for like 3 days and I've made a grand 58 cents. Very happy about it.
Nice.
Hooray, money.
Money.
I work for my money every single day.
I also made.
It is
just- I'm
depressing.
super hyped for how the studio setup is coming. I got a like a horizontal tripod rig, so I can convert one of my tripods to mount the camera like right over the desk with the new M50. Because before I was just using DJI Osmo Mobile 3 like cranked over on a tripod with a phone, but to shoot the desk shots with the mirrorless camera. I
Alright,
needed-
my room is hella messy. Don't judge me. I mean, you can, but I'm not gonna fucking care.
I mean, as any good workshop should be.
Well, it's also a bedroom, so it's like it's double, triple downing as a bedroom workshop, dog sitting place, kind of.
Oh, you got to get some dog shots, man.
She's sleeping. Thou shalt not disturb my pupper.
Yeah, pupper.
Have me a pepperoni pizza.
Oh, that's gross. What are you, Chinese?
Well, so
Hey,
funny you
I'm
say
a
that.
Chinese guy on the fucking. Oh, XD. Fuck it. I'm not offended.
So I have actually been surreptitiously fed dog by a Chinese restaurant. I did not think that actually happened in reality, but like, so I was in Tallahassee for like 8 years, and there was this place, and I got some like beef lo mein, and I was like, this is the weirdest beef I've ever eaten. And like
What?
a year later, they were shut down because there was a surprise like health department inspection, and they found greyhounds in the freezer.
Oh,
What?
Jesus.
Whatever happens in Florida stays in Florida.
Well, this is
Chinese
deeply
Florida man today.
Yeah, that is the perfect intersection of Chinese Florida man buying
Yeah.
like greyhounds from those shut down racetracks to fuel your restaurant.
Oh, God.
my god.
That makes me sad because I love puppers.
It was probably a nice
Of course,
dog.
I
You're
also
probably
love
much
I also
better
love
friend.
horses, but I'm pretty sure horses would be
It'll
delicious
a much
too.
better friend than actual food. That's,
Yeah.
Well, see, so are cows and so are horses, and they're both delicious. So
yeah.
it saddens me, but at the same time, it's just like, well, I mean, just because we are attached to them as, let's just say, Americans at this point in time, doesn't mean that all cultures are attached to the animals that we are attached to.
Unfortunately,
I will look a cow in the eye and eat it. I don't care.
Burger. Burger.
Bergs. By the way, weaving cables
Depends on what bird.
fucking sucks.
Yeah, it looks tedious.
It is, and it fucking sucks.
I can't say weaving is within my skill set.
Oh God. I am a man. I don't have the patience for this, but I'll modify headphones all day, every day. Let's see. And mine does not look nearly as good as that guy's.
Is this a cable for the 1060s, or are you doing?
No,
some,
this is just a cable. Using the Hirose
What,
4-pin connectors.
So it's just Hirose General gonna get Mr. Speaker's action on, or DCA
Yeah.
or whatever. I think he could have stuck with Mr. Speaker's. Dan Clark Audio is far more right.
I'm
I
alright
get
with
the
it.
logic, but
Man, I'm glad I stuck with like a 4-core instead of an 8-core. Fuck me, this would have been so much worse. Keep having to monitor myself. I can't lean too far forward.
you're rocking the head cam right now.
Hell no, this thing's on a fucking boom, mate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't do the Z. Everybody do the Z. Fucking goddamn amazeballs. I'm not trying to emulate his voice. I just...
Cannot stand that guy. Actually, that's a huge part of why I started my channel. Like, I met him at RMAF 2018. I don't know why I pictured, like, someone in their late 30s who had, like, some sort of clout or something. But when I met him, and I'm just like, oh, this is just like a pudgy Italian kid who's younger than me. I was like, well, I could do this.
He was actually part of my inspiration to get into the whole audio thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, he was part of why I like became such a planar early on.
I do believe he is pronouncing planar incorrectly, though. It's not planar, it's planar, as in... there are other scientific names that use PLANAR, and it's not planar, it's planar.
But see, when I hear planar, I think about the wood tools. Like I'm imagining lumber.
Exactly, and that's what it's referring to. It's a magnetic headphone using a planar diaphragm. Yeah, it's kind of making sense now, isn't it?
I guess, but like it's spelled like laminar, which you'd say, well, I guess it'd be like
It's laminar.
Yeah.
I guess it might depend on how you pronounce it. I know. That's why I'm saying it.
Right, I cede, sir.
Good, good. You shall not be brought to the stockade. You're a good lad. I really just want this to stay in place. So we're going to redneck the shit out of it. Will it work? Will it work? I don't know. Will it stay? Oh my god, it stays! I love being a redneck sometimes. People want to talk shit about us all the time, but man, we can put some shit together. Okay. Over 2, over 1. Under
Definitely a move. I rode an e-bike for years that had the battery pack held on ratchet straps.
There, see? Fucking redneck ingenuity. So, do you have any questions, comments, or concerns for me, by the way? As, you know, like, my process and shit like that. Might as well, you know, answer some things about me that some people might have, fellow reviewer or not.
Yeah. So what does the pinout look like for the 4-pin XLR?
Okay, so not what I was hoping you would ask, but 1, 2, 3, 4, positive, negative, left side, right side. For the Hirose connectors, it's pinouts 1 and 2, only ever 1 and 2, when using 2 sockets. When using 2 of them, 1 and 2 are positive, negative. Left and right are exactly the same. If you're going to use a singular 4-pin, just follow the same industry standard of 1, 2, 3, 4, left side, right side, positive, negative, in that order. I'm sorry. Positive, negative, left side, right side. Does that make sense now?
So they're the positive and negative are matched on the connector to the side they would be on the headphone?
No. I mean, well, the positive... Reword that, because I might be confused.
So I mean, like, okay, if you're looking at the XLR connector, like the top and bottom pin on the left are hot and ground for the left earpiece.
What?
I don't know. I might have to draw it. Don't let me distract you.
Too late, you done did it. Good job.
Look at me.
Where is it?
drawing out
Where
the
is it?
whole
Where is
club.
it? There you go. Look on the stream. Does that make sense now?
Yes.
Does that answer your question?
Correct.
Awesome, because I was incapable of answering whatever the hell it was you were trying to ask me, because, man, I got confused quick. Okay, I legitimately need to look up a tutorial on how the fuck to do this.
You never branded each other
No.
in summer camp?
I never went to summer camp. Too poor.
It's where all the good braiding skills are learned.
I imagine.
You had more of a Texas summer. They just give you like a 22 brush gun and send you out to
No,
kill
it was
varmints
stay
every day.
inside and hope you don't die because the area of town we live in is not exactly friendly to, you're so white you're pink.
Mm.
That and we were just generally poor, so it was safer to stay inside at all times.
That is one of the few places that doesn't cost any money to exist.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I need more money than rent and utilities.
Of course, I make it sound like extra hardcore. It's really not that hardcore. It was a better side of town, but it wasn't the safest side of town.
It's a mood.
I mean, I don't know that it was a mood, but okay.
Well, there was a nightly game in Tallahassee to play fireworks or gunshots.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Surprise, it was almost always gunshots.
I don't know that that's actually a surprise, to be honest.
There was a candy shop that's pretty good in Tallahassee. Just order from it.
Which one?
Lofty Pursuit.
Yeah. Everybody wants.
Everybody
to
knows about
see.
them.
Yeah.
I basically lived at the pick and pull in Tallahassee.
No! No! No, no, no. No. Dre. Wait, hold on. No. No, 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 no. Do that. Do that. This really fucking sucks. Alright. You stay where I tell you to stay, you son of a bitch. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I'm tangled. Oh, God. I feel my sanity slowly slipping away.
Further away.
No, it was always far away. The last vestiges of it are just slipping now.
Oh man, streaming in 60 hertz. Look at you.
I have a really baller computer.
Ooh. Ball computer.
I know what I said. I will never complain about a cable being being too expensive on the cheap end ever fucking again. Holy shit.
Well, they have weaving machines for that.
You shut your whole mouth. I ain't got one of them.
This is an artisanal cable, sir.
Artisanal my ass. You should see the soldering joints. God, those are disgusting. I'll be surprised if
man.
this thing makes fucking audio.
What's under the shrink wrap is under the shrink wrap.
And soup and hot glue. And hot glue.
Not.
Oh god, I kind of got the zone. You couldn't tell what I was doing. That's right, look at my hairy feet. And, well, actually not feet, those are shoes. Look at my gigantic calves! God, you still can't fucking see. Oh, I am yanking on that cable. Okay, here we go.
Got the bottle on hand for when this gets too frustrating.
Oh god, yes. May actually partake here in a moment. Yeah, there's been so many DIY projects either with this falling apart house or headphones in general that it's just like, gonna keep a bottle ready.
Mr. Brantz here has strong feelings about what counts as a hairy leg.
Who is that?
Somebody in the text chat here has strong feelings.
Okay, it's not that hairy. But I tell you what, my calf is probably a lot thicker or taut than yours, son. Okay, yeah,
Got
yours
these
might have come
American
from
tree
a Yeti.
trunks.
Yeah, you could call it a tree trunk. We call it a stump. It's thick and it's angry. Kind of like my neck. I said neck with an N. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of getting into a little bit of a groove, and I really hope I didn't mess up somewhere along the line, because I'll be so pissed. Oh shit. Fuck!
The stream should just be titled "Reasons I Will Personally Never Make a Cable."
I might retroactively change the name of the title to that. Yes, that's a good idea. Reasons why I will just buy the cable next time and not bitch about the price.
Today on Parcel the Wizard, just pay for that cable already.
Seriously, just pay for the goddamn cable. Stop bitching. I will say, I'm really glad I looked up that chick's tutorial on how to weave, because this is a lot easier. I could just do it with the tips of my fingers. Of course, it might also help I'm ambidextrous.
So, I just jumped out of the YouTube window for a second and popped
Yep.
up. You know how when you come back to YouTube and it's like, hey, you want to try YouTube Premium?
God, I hate that shit.
Every time I hit skip trial, I hear it in 2 Chainz' voice.
Okay, that's a little over my head, I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Somebody in the chat will get it.
Say that again?
I said whenever I hit skip trial on the YouTube trying to get me to buy YouTube Premium, I hear it in like as 2 Chainz.
I don't get it, unfortunately. Feels bad.
Oh, it's from like riding around getting it in his like his titular 2011 breakout hit.
You mean the music genre I don't listen to?
Yes,
Alright then.
old titty boy 2 Chainz.
Nope. As this gets longer, this gets significantly more difficult. Like, in
Yeah,
one
you
way
gotta,
it
like,
gets
find
easier,
some way
the
to
other
put
way it gets...
tension on it.
Yes. Like, the tension part's not hard, it's not dropping it while you're trying to unravel the little bits that are raveling up. That's the hard part. Especially not losing your place.
So, did you like come up with some sort of like conversion for how long the individual strands need to be for a final braided length, or are you just going for a target and you're gonna snip them off?
I'm sorry, what? I measured out 5 feet each.
So we'll just find
I,
out.
I literally just measured out 60 inches. And that's what I've been doing. But the type of weave that I'm doing appears to be a very even weave. I'm running out of headphone cable. And not the one that I'm working on. Let go, you bastarding headphones! You can see the bill of my hat.
I think not enough people make 1.2 meter cables for full size headphones.
Probably for the best. This shit sucks, dude.
Like, I very often want to take unnecessarily expensive full size headphones mobile. There just aren't that many options.
Dyson Audio has one. The SPC-OCC cable that I have, that I really like.
Isn't that one still 1.4?
Nope, 1.2.
Oh,
Markets it as a 1.2 mobile cable.
okay. I gotta email him and see if he'll do me one in 4.4.
He might. Its given termination is 2.5.
Yeah, I've still
But
got
I
his
did
page
ask him to
open.
do mine in 4.4. I'm sorry, XLR4.
And he was able to do that?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to slowly move over to Pensacon.
I would, but it's easier said than done. Honestly.
It's the worst kind of market fragmentation.
It really is. Ah, hot glue is hot, baby. Fuck me, that hurt. But hey, look, it's not unraveling anymore. Oh god. Damn, that was hot. Oh, I got an email. Oh, a new subscriber. Wayne Rad 1. I don't know who you are. I don't know why you found me and decided to subscribe, but hey! Thanks, bro. Or sis. What, I don't know. What are we at, like 50 million genders now? Oh, I'm on someone's shit list now! Like, Icelandic vodka. Metal Glencairn. Oh, yeah. Forrester learned himself a sippy sippy. See my face, could you? Nope, could not see my face, cool. Eventually I will do a face reveal. And eventually I'll do a real voice reveal on the actual channel and not just in the Discord. Because if you catch me in Discord, not often do I keep in character. And look, an amazing reason to join the goddamn Discord, please! Thank you. Oh, wow, my tum-tum was not ready for that much whiskey. That much vodka all at once. How good did I do? Shit, sorry about that, kids. Yeah, so this is the trick I just thought up of. Put some hot glue, like, right here, where my finger's at. And just get it in there in between the strands. Because I'm about to put a Y-split that's completely going to cover it. So, let's say, like, maybe a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch.
Lock that weave in nice.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Alright, that's left. Where's my other left lead? That's a right lead. So if I do this... Grab these two leads, put them together.